Hi friends, welcome. We'll continue to learn our SQLite database management using our PHP environment. So now we'll learn how we'll get the data from the table. So different fetch operations. So different ways we'll get the data from the table. So using the column names or using the index numbers and all we'll see all about that. But before we move, my request is please subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon so you'll be notified as and when we add tutorials, and we are frequently doing that also. Let's start the script. Here is our setup. So in the left side we have our editor. So it's a Visual Studio Code I am using. You can use anything. A simple notepad is also enough. And right side it is our browser. So where we will be getting our outputs. So here you can see in our here the config file we have the, I can just open the config file also. File open. Inside the config we have declared our my connection. So the connection to the database is there. We have already discussed about that. So here my connection, this my connection will be using it in our display, and the menu what it display the links at the top for easy navigation to different pages. So let's start here with our query first. So we'll say SQL equal to select star means all the columns. I am not specifying any column name, so return all the columns from student. This is my student is my table name, where I am giving a condition here where class equal to, but this time I am using a parameterized query. Why we should use and all will discuss later in detail, but note that in this way we are passing the data separately. So class, so we can add a limit also, limit 0 to say 3 records only I want to get it. So sorry, here I have to double quote, I will remove, put it at the end. So this is my query. You can just see this select star from student where class is. I will pass the data to that, and this is a placeholder actually. This placeholder will pass which class we want, and I want just 3 record, that's all. So this we are saying now statement here equal to my connection, my connection, what I am getting it inside the config file, my connection, now that I am using. So prepare, because this is a placeholder I am using, I have to prepare the prepared statement I have to use. So inside that I am writing SQL. So this is there. Now what I will do, I will bind the parameters, means in this class what data I want to use, that I will place it, because as I told you that we will be passing separately query and separately. The reason is this is for the security purposes to prevent the injection attack. Now what is the injection attack and why we use parameter, we will discuss in detail when you go for in-short query. So when you add data, so that time what are the precautions you have to take it. Statement now equal to bind parameter. Now which parameter we are bounding? Now there is, one placeholder is class we have used here. So this in place of class use this, that's what we will be telling it, class comma. Now I am passing a variable here. So what I will do at the top, I will say my class is 4. Note that this way you are getting all the data. I forget that. Okay, so in this way what happens, that this class you may receive it from a query string, or a user may type it the class, or you select a drop down. So this way we'll take it. That's why we have set the variable here. You can this variable can be set in different ways. You can change that. Now I have to tell about what it is. PDO single param. Now what type parameter is? I am saying that this parameter is a string, str. Now what should be the length of it? I can specify. If I don't specify, then any number of length it will take. Let me just tell it 10. So now I have specified that. Now now what I will do, I will execute it. Fine, my this was is over. Now I will use while loop and fetch. So by using fetch, one by one row I will pick up. So still all the rows are exhausted. I will use a while loop to loop through all the data and get the output. So for that, what I am saying is while row equal to statement, my statement fetch. Now what I am going to do here is PDO what type of fetch it is. This is what you will different type of fetch you will see and see how the output we are getting. So first we are getting is association. So we are saying so start the loop. So every step it will take one row, one row, one row. This fetch will one by one row it takes. Fetch all will take entire data set. So this time we are using fetch. Next we'll go to fetch row. So echo two, let's print two things. So first we'll say row, we'll go for ID. Now we'll say dot, again row name. Let me just close this, but before that I will give a line break. So dot, I am giving a line break. So next it will come ID, there is no gap. We'll see how this, whether it is, how the output is. Line 7, here it is a object, not a function. So I have to call the object. So let's just refresh it. Okay, you can see here the 3 records are there, 3 rows of data, because we have set a limit here to only return 3 of class 4. So if we want to see, ensure that this class is 4 only, we can write one more column data. So and here I have to add the string by giving a dot. So let me refresh it. You can see all are of class 4 only. So next time we'll go for a table here, so you can in detail get it. So this is how we get it a fetch association. Now this particular constant value, we will change it to get different ways the columns. We got the data as associative array here. So that is a associative array means we are getting the keys are the column names and values as the data. So now let's change it to numeric, means numeric array. So we'll get the columns as index position 0, 1, 2, like that we'll get it. So let me just change it to NUM, or this is the numeric array I will get it. So instead of ID I will use 0, first one. Next column is, I need not, in this case I need not come to know the column names. I can just go on giving the numbers there, so I will get the details. So let me save this, refresh this site. So I got the same data. I am just refreshing again. So this is 0, 1, 2. Suppose I don't know what are the column names. So in that case I can use the fetch num. So it's a numeric array. So I can 0, 1, 2, that is the key values I can use. Otherwise by default it is associative array. So column names I have to use. Other one is both. Means I can use, I can use associative array and numeric array, any one. So let's just here 0, 1, this I will use as class, name. The second one is name. So I am using the name. You see it is here I am using 0. So as a numeric array, and then I am associative array, or the column names I am using. The same data I should get. Here it is, I am refreshing, same data I am getting. Let me just little change this. So I will get say 5 more records I will get. Okay, 2 more records I got it. So you can see here, these are the, I have got the both. Now let's get it through as an object. So this way what I can do is, ID, now I will get it row name. So this is the as a object. If you are object oriented programming, in that way we will access the columns by this way. Row. Now let me just save this. I will refresh this. I got the same value. So this way, this is the way object wise. Now lazy means everything. I'll get it as associative array. I can use it as an object also. We'll see what way it is. say all the way, but this required little more resources. So if it is not required, don't use it. Use it as a associative or as a numeric array. So let it be id wise. This I will use name. I have used id name. So this is the object wise, this is the associative. Now this I will go for numeric or number. I will use row 0 1 2. Fine. So what happened, you can see here object wise, this is the associative way. The column names as keys I have used, and this index position. So let's just change this. Okay, fine. I will just go for one more row here 3. So let's just see here. You can see the mark column as also comes because I have added the thread. So this is the way, different ways I can execute the fetch. I can use and get one row by one row. Next we'll see fetch all. So all the data will get it and then we'll display. In fetch all, we'll be getting all the data from the database at a time and then we'll loop it. So for that I will say I have to store it somewhere. So statement equal to statement. Now fetch all. By default it is fetch associate. So I am associative array. So I am not giving any input here. So I am just going to loop it through now. Okay, before that we'll just see a table this time. So as you have discussed, so it will be a gap. Well, gap will be maintained. So I am giving a table. Inside the loop I am saying for each now statement as row. So from the statement I am taking the data. So it's associative array. So what I am going to do is I am giving a one more echo statement, writing it tr, now here td. So inside this row, then as usual id. So again I will close this. So one more, now again row, now I'll give name. Now I will close my cell, then my row here I am closing. Fine. So let me just come. Okay, here I have not given. Fine. So that's all. Now outside the loop I'll close my table tag. Table I am closing. That's all. So let me just save this. Refresh this one. Line 12. Echo. What mistake I did? td row. Shall I not give this? Fine. So here it is. So associative array inside the, because the echo command was there. So I am keeping it inside this. And I am id and name column I am see, this is a associative array. Now let's change this to a numeric array. So for that, by default it is associative. So I'll just show you numeric. Rest of the thing, phase lazy, phase as object. I think like the way we have used phase, same you can continue. So for that I am just saying PDO. Now fetch numeric. So anyway, now here what I am going to do here is I'll give 0 here because it's a no more associative array. So column names are not required. I am giving 0 1. The same data will come. Refreshing. When we are getting a single column, we expect a single column. So it is better to use fetch column. So what I am going to do is now let me just collect all the name parts of it. So here I will remove this. Now here while I will use, so one column, one by one column, next I will go to the next row, the same column. So for that I am saying while I am giving a name here, name equal to statement Now I will fetch column. So I am getting the name part. So what I am going to do here is directly I'll write the name here, because name as the variable I am getting. Remove this. So one by one name I will get this. Let's just see that. So previously whatever fetch column we have used, you could have add all the other constants. So now here it is only the single column we are getting. So we are using while statement. Let's just refresh this. See all the names one by one, name column only, next row, next column. So every time it loops through, it goes to while step, it takes the next data name column, next data name column, and you give. Suppose you want to require that only the one column only you require. You need not use fetch or fetch all. You can use directly fetch column. That's all, friends. Hope you have a good learning experience, and if you have any doubts, suggestions, questions, use the comment section below to post it. In the next we'll see how we'll do the updation of the table by using parameterized query and different update operations we'll see. And my request is please subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon so you'll be notified as and when we add tutorials, and we are frequently doing that also. Please share this with your friends, and thank you for watching.